And welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Casey DeSantis.
I'm Matt Pittman with the Florida Times Union and Jacksonville.com. In for Curtis again.
And my whole week's going to be 5 days off now, right? But that's okay.
Wait, we'll try to come together and make it work. By the way, Curtis was supposed to be here, but give us the update.
All right, there's good excuses out there for not coming to work, for missing work.
That's
Maybe you fake sick or do any of that. No, Curtis isn't here because of a volcano.
Is it a true story?
I was looking up the
fascinate
latest. I was looking up the latest volcanic.
Is it true?
I think it is.
It is true.
I still haven't had verification, but it's Make Excuse Monday, and I'm worried that this may be.
Maybe
Is
so.
it really?
But he's been in Costa Rica for 10 days, and he goes to the airport on Saturday and sends me a nice text message. Volcano. No
wait, so when you say a volcano, though, I'm thinking like lava flowing into the airport, like, you know, and the planes melting. Like, when you say volcano, what does that mean?
There's volcanic ash, which makes it to where you can't see. No visibility.
Okay, well, that would be a problem.
So that's a problem for planes.
Yes.
Yeah, the plane engine. I guess it clogs up the plane's engine.
That would be bad, too. Okay, that's two strikes against coming home.
So then yesterday, he sent me another message. Hey, we're back at the airport, and we're going. No, that flight got canceled as well, so he spent another night. And I just showed you a text message I got right now of a picture. He's on an airplane right now.
He's on an airplane. He's on his way home from Costa Rica.
I say this, and I'm not just saying this just because I'm on the show and I love watching. Tune in tomorrow.
There's a big announcement.
Curtis has some fun things to announce.
And we've always wondered, is there ever going to be that one vacation? Because Curtis does some crazy vacations. Like he's been to Costa Rica. I mean, he's been over to Ireland, Scotland.
I can't pronounce half the countries.
I mean, I don't even.
Africa.
Somewhere he does all these crazy week-long, 2-week-long trips. We always say, is there that one vacation that he's not going to come back from? Like, this one was close.
This one was very close.
He's coming back, but he has some big news when he gets back tomorrow.
And some great stories and great video. So I'm saying tune in tomorrow at 11 and 2. It's going to be a fun show to see.
It is. It sounds like you're doing your weekend events.
I know.
I'm ready.
Right. Tune in for that. Okay, so we can do a little bit of verification, though, on the whole Curtis lava thing?
We can.
Okay.
They actually had a volcanic eruption there, so I'm glad. So Godspeed, hopefully he gets home safely.
Yeah, sounds like he's on his way. But also, as I was watching over the weekend, there were some serious storms going through the middle part of the country.
Yeah,
right?
that is a problem. The good news is I think we're going to get mainly the rain instead of the severe weather. Now, that's to say we can't have a warning or two, but knock on wood. I want to just start with you like showing your baby Madison. My baby Lauren is on the far right, and it's hard to believe. Yeah, she's 12 and a half already. So I took the soccer team to the Armada game. We had a wonderful weekend there yesterday.
Oh, and how did the Armada do?
They won. I was telling Matt, I said,
Are we surprised by that? I don't know. I haven't followed them.
Yeah. I mean, we're a little surprised by it. I mean, they're an okay team. But this year, hopefully, we're going to be better. They're playing. They've got a new place to play over at UNF.
Hopefully not under that thunderstorm.
I loved the venue. It was a great time at UNF yesterday.
Yeah.
ArmadaFC.com is where you can get details.
Okay, very good. All right.
About them. And so the storm. So Casey, I always protect Casey.
Thank you. Good luck with that.
We got to get you out of the. I don't want you in the parking lot anytime after 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Because we've got these cumulonimbus clouds that are going to build. They could pop overhead. And you've heard about the bolt out of the blue, so just
the bolt out of the blue.
Let's not take any question.
What's the bolt out of the blue? I have an idea of what it is.
Well, you know the Disney song, like a bolt out of the blue.
Okay.
No, I don't like.
Well, sometimes these lightning bolts
usually Disney songs are happy. That doesn't sound like a happy.
Outside the cloud by 10 to 15 miles.
Okay.
Okay.
So do not be in parking lot.
Because it's not raining doesn't mean you shouldn't. Yeah. If you hear thunder roar, you stay indoors or head indoors.
Oh, okay.
If you're not already.
Is this going to deter Curtis from being here tomorrow?
If he can swing it, yes.
I'll get a text message like yesterday at 8 p.m. Matt, are you busy tomorrow?
What are you doing tomorrow? Oh, say around 11 a.m.
I think you'd be okay. Here's the good news. We have drought relief, pollen relief, and wildfire relief.
Oh,
so
that's
the big
good.
three, rain between 4 and 8 o'clock. So the plans may be a little iffy tonight, and then a second round of rain late tonight, tomorrow morning. Third round of rain by late Wednesday, and a fourth round of rain by Thursday morning.
News.
Something we haven't talked about in a long time.
There's a drought in Flagler County, or there's water restrictions and what have you, and so that's part of the problem.
Now a burning ban, which is good. So no burning, so that elevated fire risk continues because sometimes lightning can cause new wildfires. Yeah. So we keep our guard up with that, and maybe a strong storm or two. There could be a warning or two with maybe 50, 60 mile per hour winds, but not the tornadoes you've been seeing. in Louisiana.
Okay, well that's good news. All right, so April Fool's was over the weekend. Wondering if this whole thing would
Did you get caught in any?
No,
Okay,
no,
yeah,
because
me
I
either,
was just
me either.
indoors all day. Oh, was it Saturday?
You and Madison.
Right, we're just staying in. Because I was very actually fortunate that the show didn't fall on an April Fool's Day because I know the producers. We've had fun in years past coming out, the pictures in black and white. I mean, there's been all kinds of stuff in it. But anyway, so Google decided though that they were going to have some fun on April Fool's Day. So they came out with 2 new products, if you will. And you look at the air quotes. One of which was Google Gnome. So see how Google Gnome can transform your yard. Watch.
Okay, Google, stream Stranger Things from Netflix to my TV.
Okay, Stranger Things from Netflix, playing on TV.
From the people that brought you Google Home comes the next evolution of the smart home. And it's just outside your window. Meet Google Gnome.
Hi, how can I help?
Okay, Gnome, what's the weather like outside?
The weather outside is sunny and 76 degrees.
He's right.
Okay, Gnome, turn on the hose I'm holding.
Sure.
Okay, Gnome, can I eat this lemon tree leaf?
Yes.
What about this daisy?
Yes, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, but I could eat it.
Okay, Gnome, add milk to my shopping list.
I'm sorry, that sounds like an indoor request.
I keep doing that, sorry.
You do keep doing that.
Okay, Gnome, is this compost?
Really, we're all compost if you think about it. Pretty much everything is made up of organic matter and will return to organic matter.
So just regular trash then?
Off, on, off, on, ah.
So that one people knew
That's great.
was a joke, but there was another one that at first when people were looking at it, they're like, is this really a product or is this a joke?
Yeah.
And actually articles were written about, no, this was kind of tongue-in-cheek. Google came out with another application
like
for
this one.
Google Play. It's called Google Play for Pets.
Oh gosh.
Watch this.
With Google Play for Pets, you can keep your furry friends engaged throughout the day. Training your new puppy has never been easier. Also available in German.
Guter Junge.
With multiplayer mode, coworkers can have their pets go nose to nose. And with virtual reality, you'll even be able to play fetch from your desk.
So these two were the reason why some people thought it was a legitimate product. Because you're both like, oh, I would totally get that.
The thing now, what we all do for our pets now, I'm not putting it past it at all.
Yeah.
At all.
I think it's the future. We just saw a glimpse into the future.
You see that? The little, what are those, the virtual reality goggles where you can play fetch with your dog remotely? Whatever. Anyway, so people had to write articles saying, no, this really is kind of a joke. Okay, this is not an April
Fool's joke.
No, well, maybe.
Come on, April.
It is April. Maybe the whole thing is an April Fool's Day joke. Then the joke's on everyone who keeps watching this giraffe.
Well, she's getting bigger.
The giraffe is still pregnant.
The giraffe is still pregnant. So if you have no idea what we're talking about,
So I have yeah.
If
well,
you have
good
no
on
idea,
you.
you have no idea. You haven't been watching this station.
You haven't been alive, really. I mean, it's all over. I mean,
Everyone's so infatuated with the giraffe. So she's been pregnant. She was due in February, mid-February.
Oh, yeah.
Now here we are in April, and April hasn't had her baby.
She's a month overdue. So they carry these babies usually 15 months. So the doctors were thinking, like you said, late February. What are we going, 16 and 180 pounds inside her. Usually 180 pounds.
Mike, you said you were at a cheerleading competition
This
this
is
weekend?
my story.
Okay. Oh, wait, what?
We were in Orlando,
Yeah.
you know, watching our kids cheer, and I said, what are all the moms looking at? Oh, they must be sharing pictures. No, they had April the giraffe out in the stands. It was everywhere.
Would you like to watch? You want to watch your kid? No, I'm good.
No.
April the giraffe was the highlight of the meet. So
You know,
it's
it is
getting out of
fascinating.
control.
I did tune in this morning when I first came in. There were 130-some thousand people, and I did it because I had to for
Another
work.
story.
Bored on a Monday.
There's a
How's
big
April doing?
April giraffe group, and apparently one of the members, they were really upset on Saturday morning at 5 a.m. The feed froze, so these people are up setting alarms at 5 a.m., and they were having panic attacks. So the giraffe group was calling other members
Was
of
this
the giraffe
on? Did
group.
you read this on Saturday?
This is Saturday, early Saturday morning.
Which
this
was
a true
also
story.
first.
I think this was a true story, though. It's really
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
So basically, they had to check on the other giraffe member that's part of the group to make sure she's okay, because they thought she was having a heart attack or a panic attack.
Really?
turns out she's okay.
Oh, well, thank goodness.
Well, she was worried she'd miss the birth because the feed was frozen.
Okay.
So you see, this is
but all is well, and we're good.
On the giraffe group. Yes.
On the giraffe. Where is this giraffe group?
There's a giraffe group that has formed, and there's this big, large group from Jacksonville that has formed, and they're going to all travel to New York to see the baby once it's born.
Are you kidding me?
This is a true story.
True story.
Yes, no fooling.
Okay, all right.
Come on.
Well, you know Curtis would probably go.
Yeah, I think we need to send him with the group. I've got names, so we're going to get this all set
Names
up.
for the giraffe, or just names of the people who are on the giraffe group?
We'll all go. I think I want to catch that flight, too.
Okay.
Can you cover weather if I don't get back?
People love the thing.
Look, I'm the now call-in guy. If you're not here for weather, I have to handle
I'm just making sure I have some coverage.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
You're stuck in the giraffe.
Whether you like it or not,
right, I'm here.
You are talking about the giraffe for 3 days in a row now.
I know.
Wonderful.
Can't make it back yet.
All right, so from volcanic ash keeping Curtis at bay to the giraffe to a gnome that's in the garden to what now?
It is a Monday.
Apparently kids can't get enough of this story, or Elsa, Anna, Olaf, and the Frozen gang. So you have to check out these 2-year-old twins. They're in Philadelphia. The mom whipped out her phone when she saw them reenacting their favorite scene from the movie. If this has the song, I'm going to cover my, you know, the one that gets in your head and never leaves, that one? So as of Sunday, the video had more than 43 million views, which I don't know how that compares to the giraffe, but take a look.
Anna, back to sleep. I can't. I'm awake. So I'm awake. So I have to play. Play by yourself.
I've never seen this movie.
I haven't either. So you're talking about two of the most ignorant people doing a play-by-play on a movie neither one of us has ever seen. But they're adorable.
And from what you said about the song, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear.
No, it's a really good movie from what I understand.
From what you understand.
And I'll get there with Madison. But the song apparently gets stuck in your head. Now they are cute. Look, look, they're cute. Wow. Now look at the TV in the background. You can get. Oh, look at that. That's cute. Oh, we could watch this all day. Except for if the music pipes up, turn it off.
That's right. That's right.
And that'll be Madison before you know it. Just
I know.
around.
You know what she really likes now, Madison? She loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. At 4.5 months, I only let her watch like an episode. But if she's ever like, if she's hungry or whatever, I'll put it on the hot dog song. Forget about it.
The hot
dog, hot diggity dog.
What's her favorite?
We have ears. It's time for cheers.
No.
Hot dog, a problem solved. These two guys know what I'm talking about because they have kids and they're dancing behind camera and you can't see. Did your kids have the hot dog song?
I don't think we did. The wheels of the bus go round.
No, that's another one that gets stuck in the
All right, speaking of music, we've got to go. Wow, did you see the 52nd
You'll get there eventually.
Right. The 52nd Academy of Country Music Awards. Did you see this last night?
No, because it was probably after my bedtime at 7:30.
They were held last night in Las Vegas. The ceremony was co-hosted by country superstars Luke Bryan and Dierks Bentley. Some of the highlights included Jason Aldean being named Entertainer of the Year and Miranda Lambert taking home 2 of the biggest awards of the night, Female Vocalist and Album of the Year. But guess who stole the show?
No idea.
You'll never guess. No. Watch this. See, now this is music I know.
Yeah, me too.
I know Backstreet. Remember the Backstreet Boys?
Yep.
They were performing with Florida Georgia Line when the entire group surprised fans. Everybody's Backstreet Boys.
Back again, however many years later.
They sounded good.
They sound good.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Apparently, a lot of people lost their minds.
Yeah,
after
of
watching
course.
This. They were, this was kind of unexpected since it was a country music award show.
That's true.
So here are just some of the tweets shared by fans following the performance. Tim McGraw is all of us right now.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Seeing Tim McGraw and Keith Urban get down to the Backstreet Boys was everything I never knew I needed.
There you go.
Wow, and OMG, how cute was Carrie Underwood dancing to Backstreet Boys? She looked like every teenage girl in the world. That performance made my night. Who would have guessed? Backstreet Boys take the country.
When were they? They were big in the early 90s, was it?
It was in the 90s? Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Little bromance man crush over there?
Just
I don't know.
saying, I got dance moves.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's not something that, yes, you can. Tim,
Tim,
the director,
director,
just said that, well, if you have this, you have to, you put yourself on the
During
spot.
the break.
Okay. We'll see if we can Skype it.
We'll take some pictures and tweet them out.
Yeah, well, yes, we will do that. All right, coming up to kick off Stress Awareness Month, by the way, which is this month, we're going to have Dr. Richard Marks. He is back on the show.
He's the best.
He is talking stress in relationships and why it's not always a bad thing if you can identify the cause. He's going to help with that coming up. Plus, she says you can enjoy the benefits of having a boat.
Without actually having to own a boat. Lisa Almeida with the Freedom Boat Club will join us. But first, she perhaps is best known for her portrayal as Major Margot Hot Lips Houlihan on MASH, for which she won 2 Emmy Awards after the break. Details of her local performance and why she needs your help saving animals in need. That's next.
And by the way, speaking of pets, check out these guys. We just love to throw these in right at the end. And oh, look at this. Oh, this little one's having fun. That is one of the most adorable photos I've ever seen. Like in addition to that one.
I think that's Sammy. I've seen him on GMJ.
And ready for a stroll. Look at that one. How cute. Pictures keep coming
See,
into our
and y'all
gallery.
were thinking that we wouldn't believe the Google Play stuff. I mean,
it's true. All they need is an iPad and an app.
Right. They're looking for the apps.
And the gallery brought to you by affiliated veterinary specialists. Check them out at avspethospitals.com and submit your photos right here to First Coast Living. We'll be right back.